Is there, and one is a funny question, I'm just going to throw two questions out, but one is, I was stunned to see that Keith Ellison has a position on Asian carp, and I want you to see if you could muster some kind of response to the Asian carp question. What would you do in Congress about Asian carp? The second question is there a congressman now serving or who served in the past that you would consider a model for how you would act when you got to Congress?
Well, so far as Asian carp goes, I think that the question is more about the spread of Asian carp and whether or not we're going to keep the lock-in dam at St. Anthony open. Now, there's a lot of talk about closing that lock-in dam up to prevent the continued migration. I can come up with a million reasons why we should close that lock-in dam rather than worrying about Asian carp. For one thing, there's a natural free energy supply that comes over the St. Anthony Falls that should be tapped, and we should be generating free electricity using that power. Secondly, there's a lot of development that could be done upriver in North Minneapolis that really should be done, and as long as we're moving aggregate through that lock-in dam, we're never going to get that development. So I can come up with a lot of reasons to close that lock-in dam, but I think that's really the essence of why Keith Ellison's interested in Asian carp.
Any congressman that you can think of that you admire?
Actually, I admire Dr. Ron Paul. I think that he's stood up to the party time and time again, and I would hope to be an independent voice and not play follow the leader. As Chris says, that he's kind of a team player. Well, the team I play for is the people of Minneapolis and the college suburbs. I don't play for the Boehner team. And so far as I'm concerned, that we need to actually have out-of-the-box thinking leadership in Washington and not follow the leader. I think that's Keith Ellison's biggest problem is he follows Nancy Pelosi, he follows the team. He doesn't take on the problems and progress our district.
With regard to Asian carp, I mean, Keith takes a lot of positions that he just has no business taking. The simple fact is, and I'm sorry we didn't focus enough energy talking about Keith. And I'm not saying that in general, that guy is in everybody's business, and I think that at some point in time, that Congress needs to stay out of certain things. As far as the role models that I would look to in Congress, well, currently right now I like this fellow Paul Ryan. I do like a lot of what Ron Paul has to say, but I look at Paul Ryan as just this young gun who has a lot of energy and puts himself out there in a very bold way. And I also do like, and he comes with some baggage and stuff like that, he's not perfect, but Newt Gingrich. If you look at what Newt Gingrich was able to do in the 90s working with Bill Clinton, the bottom line is, may not be the greatest individual in the world, but Newt got things done. He brought Clinton to his knees several times throughout the periods in the 90s, and I thought that was pretty admirable. So there you have it. They're both on, all three of those guys are on different ends of the spectrum, but the fact of the matter is there's a lot of good and a lot of the Republicans there serving today.
I have no position on Asian carp. I support Michelle Bachmann. I think she has the right values. She's very solid. She's courageous, and she's one of the most powerful Republicans in the United States. She raised somewhere between $13 and $15 million, I think, during her last campaign, which has to be one of the top fundraisers for the position of Congress in the United States, and that's very respectable. And so that's who I support.